If you have one of the DJI Mini drones under 250 grams and you really enjoy flying these with less restrictions, more freedom where you can fly them, well, unfortunately, I really don't think that's going to last. So I made a video on this topic a couple of years ago about how people really do like these drones. They are fantastic, but a minority of people out there are actually buying and using these for the wrong reasons. And unfortunately, nearly a couple of years later, that hasn't stopped. Now, my guess would be that a lot of you guys watching this channel already have one of these mini drones. You might have the Mini 4 Pro, the Mini 3 Pro, the Mini 2. They are fantastic. You get a controller with a built-in screen, external antennas, but you're getting a drone that's literally palm size. You get 4K quality, great photos and videos. They are so convenient because of the portability factor, but you're not losing out on quality either. And this means that you can get fantastic aerial shots, really good, stunning landscape shots all around the world. Whereas in the past, you would have to get a chartered helicopter to do this, or you need to go and get one of the bigger drones. Now, the difference is with these, and what appeals to a lot of people, is that these have a lot less restrictions all around the world in majority of countries than the heavier, bigger DJI drones. But then a small number of people thought, I know what I could do. I could buy one of these drones. I won't go and fly them in fantastic locations, stunning landscapes, get great aerial content. I'll go and fly this over someone's private land, over factories, over police stations, with the sole intent of actually annoying the staff to generate them money. So why the mini drones? Why can't they do this with the DJI Air series or the Mavic series? Well, the mini drones have that special number, under 250 grams. And because it's under 250 grams, a lot of countries give you exemptions about how you can actually fly this compared to the heavier drones. So in the UK, for instance, if you have a mini drone under 250 grams, all you need is an operator ID. You don't need a flyer ID. You can actually fly this in built-up areas. So you could go to cities, you could go to residential areas, you could go over parks. You can fly this close to people. You can fly them over people. As long as it's not a crowd of people, restricted air zones, you can fly this pretty much wherever you want. So the actual laws for these mini drones, especially in the UK, are really lax. And this is similar all around the world. If you have a drone under 250 grams, then you're going to have less restrictions. And this is fantastic for, like, I'd say 95% of people. You can go and get one of these drones. You don't have to do drone exams. You don't have to do loads of courses. You can just literally go and pick one of these up, fly it sensibly, and get fantastic aerial shots. The stuff that I'm trying to teach you, trying to actually show you how you can get better content with your drones. And a minority of people, because they're using these for the wrong reasons, it's going to ruin it for everybody. Everybody who wants to buy one of these drones as a hobbyist, you're not going to have that ability for much longer. Now, being based in the UK, if I go on TikTok or Instagram, this is the type of content that I'm seeing more and more often. But if you do live in the US or Canada, I know I've got viewers from all around the world, do let me know in the comments down below if this is the same in your country as well. Now, if you do enjoy tech and drone content, please consider subscribing. I've got loads of content coming really soon, new products that are coming out, you don't want to miss out on, to hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoy this video, just hit that like button, it really does help me out. And just watch to the end, that's all YouTube seems to care about now. So what's the actual problem? Well, here in the UK, a couple of years ago, used to be like one guy who thought, I know, let's get up in the morning, let's go and get my drone and go and film a biscuit factory and make some money out of it by annoying the staff. But since then, over like last year, 18 months, there's been like a development of copycats who want to copy this guy's work. So it seems to be growing in numbers. Now, I get that these audit type of videos are really popular and they get a lot of views, so people do enjoy watching them. But these people creating this, they're not looking at the bigger picture, that every time they're actually making one of these videos, it's not just generating them money, that's their sole incentive, but they're never looking at the bigger picture of what it's actually going to do to these small drones. The only reason they're actually making money from these drones is because the laws at present are so minimal. So for example, they've decided over this last couple of years that flying over biscuit factories doesn't seem to have that wow factor anymore. So now they actually go and stand on public land and fly the drone over a police station, maybe filming the actual police officers' cars, or they might be going to areas which is like National Trust property, and they'll fly their drone, they'll take it off on public land, fly it over National Trust property where drones aren't allowed, just with the sole intent of actually flying that drone to a level where it's low enough or where they're visible enough where the actual staff or public will come out and challenge them. As soon as that happens, they hit the GoPro, they start recording. That's the interaction. They've then got the thumbnail, and then they get all the views. And this is like a continuous theme that seems to be happening. Then the next day they go to another location, another location, another location, and it continues. I even saw one where they went to someone's private wedding and they took off from outside the wedding, flew the drone over while people were getting married, and had the drone there like really close to the people getting married. I'm like, you absolute idiot. And then the staff would come out going, please can you stop filming? And they'd be like, no, we're not going to film because we're taking off on public land. You don't own the airspace. They know all the laws because really there isn't any. They're taking advantage because there isn't any laws. So please just look at the bigger picture that these laws will increase really soon. And this happens all over the country at loads of different locations. And yet I've never seen them actually go to a really nice location and get fantastic footage. It's all about that conflict, getting conflict with somebody, because that's then going to generate them money. And when they do actually show their drone flying skills, anything that they've actually captured on their drone, it looks like a 4-year-old's been flying it. But something which is really cool, you know, I use music and sound effects for all my drone and travel videos. Well, they've actually just brought out yet another new feature. So they now have AI image and video. So you can think of like any idea, and the AI software will bring those ideas to life and then also animate it as well. So this is unreal. We have this technology and you can get as crazy as you want with this. So let's just type in here, black Porsche 911 flying through the clouds. You click enhance and the software will write that prompt perfectly for you. You click generate and then it will then generate you this photo image that you can use on your content, all with the Artlist license. It is incredible. So let's type in Porsche 911 again in a dark forest with haze and just look at this image it produces for you. I'll click animate and it's now going to give me a short 5-second video that I can use on my clips as well. And get as creative as you want. So you can have macro shots of eyes. You could have a man walking next to a lion if you want. Whatever your idea is, type it into this box and it will generate it for you. It's absolutely crazy. You've got to check it out. And this is on top of the music, the sound effects, the stock footage, the AI voiceovers, the templates. If you're a video creator, you've got to go and check this out. And if you use my link at the top of the description, you're also going to get 2 months free added to your plan as well. This is unreal. Go and have a look. So what happens next? Well, I spoke to a couple of police officers who specialise in the drone department, and this is happening daily. Daily reports to the CAA or the FAA about people flying small 250-gram drones inappropriately over private land, causing annoyance to people. But this is always the 250-gram drone, so it's not going to take much for the CAA, the FAA to actually change a couple of rules relating to these, and it changes the game completely. Now, drones like the DJI Air 3S over 250 grams, these require an operator ID in the UK, a flyer ID, and you have to have a separation distance of 150 meters from built up areas, 50 meters from uninvolved people, and you need to have an A2 CFC license to actually bring those restrictions down. And if you're found to actually be abusing that, be flying inappropriately, then that license can be taken away at any time. And if that happened and all those restrictions just came blanket no matter what drone you've got, including this, all these like TikTok flyers who cause annoyance, their videos would cease immediately. Now in the US for drones over 250 grams, you're going to require a remote ID which broadcasts that pilot's location. You need to have a registration. Now if you fly recreationally, you don't actually need to have a separation distance in the US, but that could easily change with some kind of separation distance like we have in the UK. But this would then also ruin it for the 90% of decent flyers out there who buy one of these drones, who are really interested in this hobby and actually just want to get a drone that's really small and convenient and compact like this to take with them on their travels to get really good content. And they won't be able to now because they'll be restricted with the same restrictions that you have on the bigger drones like the Air series and the Mavic series. So for a hobbyist, this will be a nightmare. You would have to do drone licenses to actually bring those restrictions down. You won't be able to fly over uninvolved people. You would need separation distances from built up areas. It would all completely change. So then less and less people would buy these smaller drones. So then DJI would be like, right, we're selling less. People are buying the Air series now because if you had a choice, if the restrictions are the same, most people would buy that because it's a better drone, better camera, better battery. People are buying this really because of the freedom it gives you. So then if people aren't buying these drones because they have restrictions now on them, DJI aren't going to keep making these. You're not going to see a Mini 5 Pro and Mini 6 Pro if there's loads of restrictions on them. People aren't buying these. So this would be the end of these small drones. So I know it makes them money. I know they're going to stop instantly, but it does need to just be heard and said because no one else seems to be saying this. Now, I did mention this a couple of years ago that if you're having this interaction, you come across these people, you might be that member of staff. The drone itself isn't generating their money. This is like the bait. This is like the carrot dangling. This isn't the actual bit that's going to generate these people money and cause these problems. It's this, their action camera, their phone, the interaction with you when they press record. This is what's going to generate them money. So all you need to do is, while you're having this conversation with them, actually just go onto Apple Music, Spotify, and play some copyright music really loud. And then they won't actually be able to use this footage on their YouTube video or TikTok because it includes copyright music. Quick tip for you there. So overall, I really like depressing type of video. I don't like doing these type of videos, but it needs to be said. It would be a massive shame if these drones got restrictions on them because I know so many of you guys love these small drones because of the less restrictions that you have. So let me know in the comments down below. Does this annoy you? Do you have the same opinion I do? Let me know. It'd be really interesting to actually hear your thoughts. And if you live in different countries all around the world, do let me know as well because it'd be really interesting to see how this is affecting everybody in different countries. But I hope it changes. I hope something happens because these drone rules can change really quick. You can add things in and I really don't think these are going to last much longer. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new around here, and I'll see you guys really soon for some much more exciting content. Take care.